PSVR, 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 PSVR. I don't have anything else to go.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been great if we practiced and I harmonized or something. But I was like, "What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?" Listen. I want to let people know real quick. AJ makes fun of me about my thumbnails all the time, but I just want to show you guys.
Oh yeah.
I say AJ,
you want to show them? Hey, you totally stole my thumbnail idea. I should sue you.
This is what AJ decided to use for the thumbnail.
That is
I said you make the thumbnail. And so
I mean, that's the hot topic. PSVR 2 can play Xbox games. That's crazy. Who wouldn't want to know about that?
I'm so done with you. Can we start the show, please?
Let's go.
This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on PSVR without Parole. It's got to be one of those days because we're doing this right now. And if you're watching us right now, not later right now, because some people are watching us later right now thinking, hey, he's talking to me. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to these people down here. It's our time down here. But if you don't want to watch us live and you don't want to watch us talk non-stop for like an hour and a half straight, feel free to head on over and check out our podcast version of the show over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or plenty of streaming services of your choice. My name is Brian Powell from this channel right here, PSVR without Parole, and this guy over here to my right can't do this fucking thing without him. AJ from the Underground, PSVR Underground.
What is up, Brian? What is up, Game Cats, you lovely bunch? I see you guys, son. Fist bump to you. LMAO. Jason Ewing, Mick Coles, all of you guys, happy December 1st. I really hope this month goes out as we intend it to. Also, happy hump day, and I hope you guys are ready, because we're going to hump you full of all the PSVR goodness you can handle. Yes,
I can't
get ready.
I can't handle it. There's so much goodness.
It's too good. It's too good. I can't handle it.
It's too good.
Hey, Tornado.
I know. Hey, Tornado's butt. Thanks for joining the show today, guys. A little bit of housekeeping. Make sure that if you're not already a member of our Discord server, click the link in the description below. That's where these conversations happen 24/7. That is where giveaways happen. I swear I'm sending out those to the top copies this week or next week or at least the first month of next year. I promise you. And also, yeah, all sorts of good shit happens over there, guys. So make sure you do that. If you don't already subscribe to the channel, do that. If you don't already subscribe to AJ's channel, make sure you do that. Professor Lilith is kicking off the show with a $5 tip saying this Sunday, another reason to join our Discord, December 5th, the multiplayer is Rush VR. Oh, I really need to make sure I get in on that. Currently, it's only $6.24 in the United States. It's on sale. Saying we meet up at 2 p.m. Eastern. Come fly down the mountains with us. Thank you, Professor Lilith, for not only tipping, but announcing and organizing the weekly multiplayer meetups. Remember, guys, if you want to get part of those multiplayer meetups, join us over on Discord. Click the link in the description below. That's kind of it. I got nothing. I don't think we have any news to talk about. Do we? You want to talk about stuff? Dude.
Are you kidding me? There's so much news.
Did you watch 8-Bit Christmas yet?
No, what's that?
I forget what it's on. I think it's on maybe HBO Max or something. But I watched it last night. It's a holiday movie, brand new, starring Neil Patrick Harris, and it's all about the 8-Bit Nintendo and how he got his first one. It's not like a true story. It's like a Christmas story. So it's really good. I mean, it's like a lot of feels. They put some made-up games in there, but they also kick it off with like Paperboy, and there's a bunch of other games that you're familiar with in it. And it's actually, you know what? Do you remember how The Wizard felt like a 90-minute commercial for Super Mario Brothers 3?
Yeah.
This very
sort
much,
of.
This very much
Double
feels...
Dragon in there.
True.
And the Power Glove.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, this very much somehow felt like a 90-minute commercial for the original NES. I'm like, this feels very weird, but I absolutely love it because I'm a retro gamer big time. And that's all I'll say about
I
retro
look
games for the rest of the show.
I look for yeah. I was like, I look forward to all the PSVR movies in the future.
A VR Christmas movie.
They're already in like Taco Bell commercials or something. I saw one. I was after seeing Ghostbusters in theaters. I went to a bar, and on the TV they had like I think it was Taco Bell, and there was like somebody wearing a headset in the commercial. It's interesting.
Oh, and they were like
Taco Bell's doing more.
They were using like
they weren't
index
even
controllers or something.
They weren't even using the right controller, but hey, Taco Bell's promoting PSVR more than Sony right now, so go get some Taco Bell.
Oh, patience, my young friend. Patience. We are
I'm
moments
patient.
away.
I think I
from
have
greatness.
proven that I can be patient.
I feel like I've trained you to be patient. I feel like you were a wild feral animal before you met me, and over the course of the last couple of years, I have slowly but surely trained you in the ways of patience.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't train him, guys. I'm sorry.
Shows me how much you pay attention.
Not at all. Not at all. All right, you guys, let's get the show started. There's a lot of shit to talk about. Starting with, of course, dude, tomorrow at noon, they finally released the time is when this thing is starting. Upload VR is going to be having their, I guess, not annual, but it's certainly one of their showcases featuring some new VR games and updates on games that we know about. AJ, what do you expect to see during the show tomorrow?
Well, because Sony hasn't officially announced the official showcase yet,
Right.
I'm not expecting anything PSVR 2. However, like officially, but that's not entirely true because back in April, we announced you made the very first PSVR 2 game announcement, which was Runner by Truant Pixel. So
Shout
a lot
out
of
to
these
Truant Pixel,
games,
who's like DMing me right now. It's like, what's up, dude? I'll get to you after the show.
what's up, Truant Pixel? Love those guys.
Definitely.
And so this is the thing, though. We know that Fast Travel Games is going to be there, and there's a lot of developers that we will see a lot of games that are going to be coming in 2022, 2023 maybe, and a lot of these are potentially PSVR 2 games in the future. So definitely want to be keeping our eye out and seeing what these games are looking like, what these developers that we know are going to be up to, and take some notes.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting because we are sort of like, whether people are aware of it or not, we're in a very transitional period right now. We're coming to the tail end of the PSVR 1 lifespan. PSVR 2 hasn't even been shown off yet, but we're, expecting to see that very soon. But it hasn't happened yet, so we don't, the floodgates for PSVR 2 or potential PSVR 2 titles really isn't completely open yet. Anyone that's got like a severe, it's terrible, I'm afflicted affiliation with Sony really isn't saying anything. It's the people who are like, oh, we plan to make this game for PSVR 2, but we don't have a dev kit or contacts Sony or whatever. Like that's our plan. And so I think we're going to see a lot of those. We're going to see a lot of Quest games, and I want people to like really temper their expectations. I don't want anyone going to this tomorrow being like coming out of it disappointed, being like, oh, we only saw like 1 or 2 PSVR games. Just keep in mind that like this is, we're in a transitional period, and some of these games will probably hit PSVR 1, some of them will probably hit PSVR 2, even if they're not announcing those things right now. Oh, yeah. and we're streaming this, so don't worry about going to upload or that IGN place. Is it IGN.cam? That's the website, right? Cam.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was the worst joke ever.
I don't know.
I can't believe I ran with that. IGN.cam. So you can't spell ignorance without IGN.cam. It's you can watch it right here. We're going to stream it live noon Eastern, which means I got to get up earlier than usual, and hopefully AJ will be here, but we will see how that goes down.
We shall see. Looking forward to it.
Yo, Fast Travel Games. That's like the one thing we really know. A bunch of different devs have, I think Resolution Games, a bunch of different devs said, hey, we're going to be there tomorrow, but we're not really sure what we're going to see from each one of them. Fast Travel is one I'm most curious about because that'll kind of confirm or deny, how important Wraith was to them in terms of being a big, their big focus for the last 3 or 4 years. The fastest Scotsman alive with the £5 says first donation. Hey, thank you so much. Just wanted to wish you a happy Wednesday. Oh yeah. Also, I managed to pick up a brand new PS5 from the PlayStation website. Lucky me. Oh man.
Congrats, man.
I've experimented with the PlayStation website. I just end up in queues for like 3 hours. But that is awesome. Awesome. If anyone else picked up a PS5 recently, let us know in the chat. Want to make sure, want to see who's getting these things. We know it's like still very difficult, but it is possible. It's getting more and more possible by the day.
That was the original, like, hardest way to get one. Even though it was through Sony Direct, that's the way that people struggled to get one the most. And then because that's where the majority of the people would flood to whenever they became available. So I saw a lot of people getting them through like different other outlets and apps and whatnot. But it sounds like they've been restocking regularly, and we know they're still dealing with the pandemic, but there's definitely signs of more and more people getting them. People like, I heard recently like Diz and Voidcat and a bunch of other people, and Reth. Yeah, lots of people we know. I think more people I know have a PS5 than they do a PS4 at this point.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But most people we know are like, hardcore members of the Discord who were there for the initial announcement. We were able to get our pre-orders in, and people who are like literally anyone who didn't get their pre-order in. These are the people who are going hard at it every day until they got one. So we get it. If you haven't gotten one, we get it. Mick Cole says PS5 was so last year. Yeah, right. I'm looking forward to the PS5 Pro. Thank you very much. AJ, moving on. What's our next?
Moving on. So last month we got 3 bonus PlayStation VR games in the form of Until You Fall, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, this beauty of a game, and The Persistence. 3 awesome games, top 25 games, if you will. And they tweeted out that today, PlayStation tweeted out the next month's lineup of games, and but they also tagged it again and said, and don't forget, 3 bonus PSVR games are still available for members this month. Well, they have a picture of it, and if you examine closer, not only are the games for the PS Plus bonus PSVR games available for this month, they're going to be available all the way until March 1st of 2022. So pretty cool stuff. Anybody, if you have a friend, I guess, that picks up a PSVR or whatever, make sure they go and download these games. They have until March 1st. That's a long time to pick these up. That's really cool.
I think Mark Doust asked for a poll, so I'm putting a poll up. It is time for a poll. Let's find out what console you cats are playing on these days. We got the PS4, PS4 Pro, and the PlayStation 5. Again, keep in mind that these numbers will be skewed because you guys are the fucking hardest core of PlayStation gamers out there. And PSVR gamers, I think, are the people who want to be on like the cutting edge of shit, and will be the early adopters for new hardware and new headsets. AJ, this is great news for people, especially this holiday season. I think this is a really smart move for anyone getting a PlayStation VR 1 this holiday season. Also, any Plus members who don't have PlayStation VR yet, even people who are waiting for PlayStation VR 2. I feel like everybody should be adding these games to their library. And with any luck, PSVR 2 will be backwards compatibility. These games will get a PSVR 2 patch, and then at launch, you'll have 3 amazing games to play in your library. So
$95 worth of PSVR games. And
Nice.
they're kick-ass games, I think, which is even the more important part.
They are kick-ass games. These are 3 of the best games in the PlayStation VR library. And these games really made the most sense, too, because other games that we consider some of the best in the PSVR library were already free on Plus at random times. So this was sort of like, hey, if you've had Plus for a long time, we're rewarding you yet again. This makes a lot of sense. So congrats to anybody who got these games for free. And if you're like the rest of us who bought these games on day one, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Speaking of cookies, Brian.
Ooh, I like cookies.
The holidays are near. This is December 1st, man. And of course, we're getting close to Christmas. And there's a lot of holiday-themed updates coming. And you think it's too early to start celebrating Christmas or start decorating for Christmas in December? I don't think so.
Listen to me.
I don't think so.
Listen to me when I tell you that I leave the Halloween decorations up all year long. If they're not up by June 1st, I've done something wrong. They usually come down at around April, and they go back up around June. All right, Christmas. I think Christmas can kind of suck it. I'm just not a fan of. It's just too fucking happy, man. I don't know. And so I'm like start the caroling and start the Christmas music on the radio 24/7 and start the Christmas decorations and the lights. I don't know, like a week before. Take them down the day after.
Yes,
I'm such a Grinch, man. I'm such a Grinch.
You really are. Oh, well, I have a feeling, very soon. I think once PSVR 2 gets announced officially or shown for the first time, revealed with some games, I think your heart will grow 3 sizes.
My heart.
But anyways, man, Hitman 3 has new seasonal content. Now, we just talked about Hitman 3 recently, and they were giving us a year 2 roadmap, and they had a bunch of stuff, including a PC VR version and lots of more content, additional story content, locations. It sounded like all sorts of stuff planned that was really cool. As everyone knows, the game was. As everyone should know by now, the game was very, very successful. 50 million players reached. But before year 2, they've got a holiday season 2021 wrap-up with new seasonal content called Holiday Hoarders. And they say, this is from the Hitman 3 IOI website, Hitman 3 joins in on the festive fun, and Holiday Hoarders makes it much anticipated debut starting on November 30th, which was yesterday. Paris is all decked out, presents are scattered around the palace, and snow cannons are relentlessly spreading white joy. I love the sound of that. It's not all fun and games, though, because well-known thieves Harry and Marv are in town and stealing anything they can get their hands on. It's up to Agent 47 once again to save the holidays. His reward is the iconic Santa 47 suit.
I want God Cannon to spread white joy.
Oh, whoa! Here it does, man. The
spread white PSVR joy all over the screen.
I don't think you want that.
We've gone off the rails officially. So these are the Home Alone characters.
Don't I already enough?
These are the two home invaders from the original Home Alone.
Yes, Harry and Marv from Home Alone. You get to take them out, Agent 47 style. This is also a permanent. This is also a permanent addition to Hitman 3. So, you miss it during the holidays, no worries. You get to play it all through. It's permanent.
I don't even know what to say about this. Like, the Easter egg hunt was goofy. This is extremely goofy, but I think this could be extremely fun. The Easter egg hunt was like kind of, whatever.
Well, Mr. Halloween, did you ever play the Halloween update? Because it kicked ass.
I don't think so. What was the Halloween update? Remind me.
I don't remember what it was called, but you ran around as like a guy, like Hitman with like a pumpkin on his head, and you're like this scary ass serial killer with a barbed wire baseball bat, and you had to pacify your targets with the barbed wire baseball bat. And there's Halloween decorations everywhere. Also a permanent upgrade. So let's say you're not a Christmas guy. Let's say you're a Grinch. You can go and play this. You can still go back and play the Halloween one. But no, really, you should check these out, because here's the thing. And there's more to this. We're not even done with this yet. These environments that they do, the way they have supported this game post-launch has actually been really, really awesome. Hitman 3, in my opinion, is one of the best-looking VR games I've ever seen in my life. Stunning. And they decorate the hell out of these and put a lot of work into them, and they look gorgeous. And I think this will be no exception here.
Yeah, Hitman 3 is definitely one of the best-looking PlayStation VR games. Shockingly good-looking. Second only, possibly, to Resident Evil 7. This is exciting news, man. It's exciting news for anyone who's still playing this game or who needs an excuse to jump back in. I've had a hard time getting back to this game for really any reason at all. I felt like once I beat the campaign and did the review, I was like, okay. I spent like quite a few hours in each of those levels, like playing and replaying them different ways. And then I finally got to the last level and I replayed it a couple different ways, and I was like, I'm done. But this is strange enough that I might have to jump in and play it. I think I like this. By the way, update on this poll, which I'm about to close. 103 votes. 63% of you are playing on PlayStation 5. 20% are playing on the Pro, and 17% on the PlayStation 4. So a majority.
That's a healthy spread.
Yeah, overwhelming majority of you guys are playing on PlayStation 5. Again, early adopters, we totally understand. Like that is a skewed poll, but just proves that you guys are on top of your shit. And of course, that same percentage are the people who are going to be rushing out buying PSVR 2 in the first year. I'm sure, maybe even more.
Right. The idea is to cut the cost in half of PSVR 2 by getting the PlayStation 5 out of the way, enjoying some of the benefits in the meantime, like and then but yeah, it'll be nice not having to drop what could be up to $1,000 next year or whenever the PSVR 2 releases. All right. So, in addition, we'll wrap this up real quick. In addition, there are new featured contracts that are coming. They're reactivating elusive targets, which are special missions. And then before the end of 2021, they have the Hokkaido Snow Festival, which will also be a permanent addition. And they say, just like Holiday Hoarders before it, Hokkaido Snow Festival makes its debut in Hitman 3 and will be a permanent fixture for all owners. Throw snowballs, eliminate your target, and unlock 2 winter-themed items to your inventory, the Snow Festival suit and the ice pick. And again, Hokkaido is it's a level from Hitman. Actually, what's funny, this is I think a level from Hitman 1, and it's absolutely stunning, beautiful, beautiful location. And now it's going to have all this like Christmassy lights and really beautiful theme stuff too. So
I was going to say,
eye candy at the very least. Just go play it and walk around and look.
Yeah, that location, the name of it sounds familiar. I think I have to see it for myself to remember which one it is.
It's the last location in Hitman 1.
Okay, I didn't beat Hitman 1 or 2, but I played through most of them. Oh, man. Big fan of those. So cool, man.
Yeah.
And so I know that maybe IO Interactive has gotten a little bit of flack for charging too much for their 7 Deadly Sins DLC, but I feel like they're kind of making up for it with all this free DLC, don't you think?
They give you a ton of free content as well, and that stuff is optional. They are pretty cool though, and there's been plenty. There's between the content that's in the base game, the free content, there is a lot of stuff. So it's hard to go through all of it, and this is just even more. So this will be really cool. I don't think this holiday stuff is paid either.
I'm going to read the second tip first because it's on topic. Looper the Underground Gamecat with the €5 says, Holiday Hoarders are great, but be warned that it has lighting issues in VR that make background buildings inadequately white for the nighttime.
White. Okay. They'll fix that. They shall fix it. That was a problem. That was a little tiny visual bug in the base game at launch, and they fixed it within like a day or two.
Nice. Okay. And then the other tip was Pimalsage. I hope I read that right. With the 45 Donkey Kong countries, saying assuming PSVR backwards compatibility will only work by developers patching their games. By the way, it does sound like that's the case. What is the best game that you would not expect to be patched? That's quite a question, man. I wish I was prepared for this.
Best game that I would not expect to get patched: the Solus Project.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on the store anymore, right? I was watching Wes Virtual Strangers play that last night.
I saw that too.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, Wes, go to fucking bed, dude.
I don't know when that dude sleeps. Yeah.
But it was fun because it was his first time going through it, and it brought back a lot of memories. I was like, wow, this game is so much better than I remember it being. Best game to, I don't know. I'm a little.
I mean, I just said the first thing I could think of because it could take me all day thinking about it. So
yeah, I mean, there are so many games, and obviously, there are games like Predator Vendetta Rising that like the dev studios just don't exist anymore, and so I think those are kind of like stuck on PSVR 1.
Rush of Blood is a good one. Skyrim's a good one. Drive
Yeah.
Club VR. These are all Cat's got you covered, man.
Yeah, Sky. I mean, well, the thing is like we didn't get a PS5 patch for Rush of Blood. I would think that that game exists. Sony knows it's a quality title. They would get Supermassive to kind of go in and rework that for PSVR too.
Hey, better, man. Battle. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, so I don't know. I'm sure at some point in the middle of the show I'm going to be like, oh, that game. Okay, so let's move on, AJ. We got some other stuff to talk about.
All right, moving on with another holiday update. Sin Studio has teased their next Swordsman holiday update, which is supposed to be coming in the next few weeks. Obviously, I mean, it would have to. But they say the power is in your hands. The next Swordsman update will have magical snowballs that you can conjure and toss at enemies and do magic damage. So Swordsman now has sorcery.
I'm kind of done, man. Like, we get it, Alec. We get it. You're never going to stop updating your game.
Never stop.
And every single week, there's some other new update. And I'm always like, that's great. I'm so happy that he keeps adding shit. But, like, when is it going to stop? And I know. There are people out there who are, like, thrilled about this and can't wait to get into it. And, and I love Swordsman, and I think that it's great. I wish every single studio would support their game as much as Sin Studio has supported this.
He can't stop until he puts in the weapon that I requested. He puts into the game. But I still wouldn't want him to stop anyways. I'm not going to tell you. Because what if he does it and it's a surprise?
What a weird tease. No, this is great. It's cool. I mean,
I love the Hell update too. And look, Swordsman has a ton of updates planned, Brian. A ton of big ones. So I think I know you're just kidding when you say that. But yeah, when you stop and think about it, a little bit of what we know and a little bit of what we think we know, there's some big updates that might expand the audience of Swordsman even more.
Chairface in the chat says, "For the love of God, when's it gonna stop?" Again, I am kidding. Obviously, it doesn't. The thing is I don't play every single update for every single game anymore. There's just too much to do. There's too many games that are constantly being updated every single week. And so what's nice about Swordsman is that there's usually 3 or 4 updates by the time I get back to playing it. And then in all of these things, suddenly I'm like, this game feels better. This game, here's a new ability. Here's a new modifier. Here's, and so it's not just like these little things here and there. For me, it's like I go in and like, oh, there's a whole new chunk of game that I need to check out and experience. And I think this in particular, being able to just like summon things into your hand, I think this is sort of like playing with some very interesting ideas, kind of suddenly incorporating magic into their game in a way where like, what else could you summon in Swordsman? It starts making the gears in your brain start turning and go, what, this is fun for a cute little holiday update. But what could this signify for the next update or the update after that? Like, what else could you conjure up? And I really like the idea of this, like doing something different than just melee weapons. I know there were daggers and stuff before, but come on, snowballs, you can conjure them, right? Yeah.
Super cool. Look forward to this one. All right, so moving on, Minecraft also got an update. This is the episode of major updates to games. This was one that Belramio had been telling us all about. We have a couple resident Minecraft enthusiasts. Resident Minecraft 3. We have a couple resident Minecraft enthusiasts that we have a thread in our Discord, and luckily they keep us up to date because I don't think you and I play it a bunch. It's never really been my thing, but I wanted to test it out because it sounded like this was a really big deal. And essentially it has added, we don't have to go way into it because I don't think there's a whole lot to discuss here, but Minecraft has added huge canyons and mountains as well as huge, deep, large caves. So there's these enormous cave systems and these really tall mountains. I explored some. I actually played it for about 3 hours yesterday and did some exploring.
Okay.
And and it was a nice little upgrade. And and there's also like a creative mode that you can enable and fly around, and yeah, there was some nice variety. When those little blocks are simple up close, but what you can do with them from a distance with like millions of them is create some large formations and land masses that look pretty cool from a distance.
Yeah, I mean the interesting thing about this for me is in its again, as somebody who hasn't spent nearly as much time in Minecraft as he would like, for me it's cool that like they just sort of what seems to be the same game on the surface. You can really dig down deeper, dig through the bedrock now, and now there's just like cave systems that have just been procedurally generated and added to the world. I think that's really cool, and for people who've been playing this game for like a decade, like my nephew has, this is the kind of stuff that really really excites them. I think for people like me who like are still barely scratching the surface, I'm like, I don't know, I would have known this was a thing if you didn't tell me, because I was like, oh, I just didn't know you could dig this far. So this is great, and I think hardcore Minecraft people like Belramio are absolutely going to love this shit.
Yeah, man.
But for me, and this is a game, unlike a lot of the other games that I've like, sort of been like, okay, I played it and I'm done. Minecraft is a game that I've played and been like, I can't wait to get back to this and really really spend some quality time with it. So I'm glad that all this exists, obviously.
Me too.
And that was
Moving
enough
on. Song in the Smoke, the only 10 out of 10 from 2021 from PSVR without Parole. Just got a savage update where they have added new difficulty modes. Now, some people complain about the game being too hard. Some people complain about the game being too easy. Now, it is up to you to decide which one you want to play with, because they have a gentle, normal, and savage difficulty. And the cool thing about this is this also comes after an update that they recently did where you can turn off the blue grid. Yep. You can turn on immersion mode where it gets rid of like all the bars and pop-ups and menus things and just be totally immersed. I freaking love this game, man. Yeah. It's so much fun. I went in to just check out the update, and I think I played for like 2 hours last night, and you can switch the difficulty on the fly, so you can change it whenever you want. And in a nutshell, the place is colder, like it gets colder. The enemies they have a lot more health, and your stuff breaks more often. And it's like I was like going through all my resources really, really fast, which usually I would have an abundance of and wouldn't need to. And I loved it. I was literally surviving. I mean, I was fighting a velociraptor thing and a hyena thing in a cave, and I couldn't see, and it was dark, and the night monster demon was coming towards me, and I got out of the situation after like a 10-minute battle. I got out of the situation just like I was bleeding, and I was like low on health, and it was making that like noise, and like it was so intense, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I jumped in for a little bit today. Wish I could have spent 3 hours with it, but I started my day a little bit late, and I just loaded my save game. I was like, I don't even know where the save game will take me. I don't know what I was doing the last time I was here. So I ended up somewhere in the middle of a level, building a campfire, and I was just like, what was I doing? And I tried to walk, and I switched the difficulty over to Savage, and I tried to walk, and I was walking real slow, and I was like, why am I walking so slow? Did they turn the walk speed down for Savage? And as it turns out, they didn't. It's just some of your blights, some of the the issues you run into if you're too tired, if you're exhausted, then now it affects your ability to run around the game world, which is really really interesting, because I was like, oh, am I over encumbered? Like that's what it felt like. I was walking at maybe half speed. And so I thought that was really cool. So I was, suddenly I was like, okay, well let's obviously we need to sleep. Or crush up nerve or something to get rid of this tiredness. But so I was like, let's build a campfire, because I know that some people were complaining about the campfires like going out way too fast. And I was like, well, let's turn the difficulty all the way up and let me build a fire the way I make fires. I put a few of the bush things, whatever they're called, the wood shavings, right? I put like 2 or 3 of those in. I put like 4 or 5 small sticks in. I put maybe 3 or 4 medium sticks, and then I went out and I grabbed like some extra large sticks, broke them up, and threw I think 3 large logs in the fire. Hit some stones together, and started the fire up. Went to sleep, and I will tell you that formula was perfect. Like I made it through the entire night. And the fire went out just as the sun was rising and just as my character was waking up. And so I feel like the balance on the campfires is absolutely perfect on the hardest difficulty. Because you can't just be like, I'm going to throw a couple sticks in there and it's going to last all night. But that formula for that campfire used to last like almost the whole next day. And so this is actually pretty cool that it is more difficult, but that you certainly don't need to have 5 of everything. In order to have a campfire that lasts you all night. It really felt perfect to me.
Yeah. The balance here was that I was blowing through my resources really fast, but then there was also, all I had to do was just venture out a little bit and I could replenish all those resources. So who is it? The Mad Gamer donates $5. Thank you so much, Mad Gamer.
I mean, so just before you even read it out, I just want to say that we give hashtag GameCat name changes shout out to every single Friday, and I think the Mad Gamecat would really
the Mad Cat Gamer,
the Mad Cat Gamer. I like that. That'd be
it
good.
Be GameCat adjacent,
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But he says, so what's to stop me from playing easy to get all my gear up and then play on hard? Nothing, and that's just it. Yeah. You have the full customization of what you want to do. If you start this game on hard without having played it before, it's going to destroy you. So I wouldn't recommend that anyways. What the hard mode is good for, once you get halfway through the game, you understand all the systems, you understand how the game works, and then it's a big game. It's like 15 hours to beat.
Yeah,
so,
it took me like 25, close to 30 hours to beat because I really took my time. But
yeah, I have over 60 hours in the game total because I just love the game loop so much. Similar to like Saints and Sinners, like I used to love just exploring. And this actually has bigger areas to explore than Saints and Sinners. It's perfect for that. So yeah, once you get about halfway through or later towards the end of the game, it is super fun. And yeah, it definitely, as somebody who's got the platinum in the game, I usually stop there. And this was something that I was like, yes, now I just get to go out and live an intense survival adventure, just running through and just trying to survive for longer and longer. And it's a lot more difficult and it's fun. It's super cool.
Yeah, and just on the same topic that the Mad Gamer brought up, honestly, yeah, we live in this weird time where people are mad that games are too hard, right? Like, I bought Returnal and I can't beat it. I'm pissed off that I can't switch it to easy. We won't get into that discussion now, but here's a game that like a lot of people are like, it's too fucking hard, man. And they said, okay, well, here you go. Like if you just want to play through and you don't want to struggle too much, then you have the nice gentle mode now. And if you're like me and AJ, who beat the fuck out of this game on normal, like I'm excited to go back and start from scratch. I think I've been saying leading up to this that I was really hoping it would be a New Game Plus option where I could start with all my stuff. But once I got into it today, I was like, I kind of just want to get rid of all the stuff that I have and start fresh and see if I can survive this new brutal difficulty level. And so for me, it's a whole nother new playthrough without the New Game Plus that I thought I wanted is actually what makes another playthrough appealing to me. I'm like, now that I know what I know, can I get through this on the hardest difficulty? And I'm excited to see if I can.
It's funny that you say that, yeah, because I love the idea that you can just change it like that. And, they probably had to go that route because otherwise you'd have to, if you had a save file and you already had played the game some, it would suck to have to start over. So at least having the option is nice, Yeah. Options.
Darth Vader with a $5 tip in the chat says, Brian's starting to look like Santa with that beard just in time for the holidays. Listen, you come over here and sit on my lap and tell me what you want for Christmas, Vader. We'll make it happen. That was weird. Let's move on, AJ. I feel like we got more stories to talk about.
All right, we've got the headline of the evening, which is Dreams. Dreams just got an update yesterday that they've made a move. This is the weird thing, is so that they've released this Ancient Dangers: A Bat's Tale, which is a new dungeon crawler game in Dreams, and that's what they advertise it as. It's by Media Molecule. And that's cool and all. However, there's something about it though. It doesn't support VR. So that was a little bit disappointing until I found out later that this wasn't the only part of the update. And I'm surprised they didn't advertise this more. But they have reshaped the dream shaping, which is the creation tools and creation format with lots of new features that makes it a lot easier to create something. So for everyone that was bummed about this not being in VR, well, let me tell you, this entire Ancient Dangers game is actually is remixable. And they are doing something that I said that they need to be doing from the beginning for Dreams, which is produce awesome games made in Dreams and then make them remixable to the public. That way people have stuff to play, and then they can make their own version of it later if they want to as well. But, this Dreams from the beginning relied on community created content, which is fine, but I think that's why a lot of the chunk of the player base dropped off in the process. So this is the start of a new direction for them in trying to encourage people to start creating dreams. And man, I can't wait to tell you more about what this features, the dream shaping reshaped includes.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Like, did he have a car? Well, so these templates are pretty cool, man. Like, I'm sure you've got a lot more information to drop on us as somebody who's pretty proficient in Dreams at this point. But me, as somebody who's not, has been really wanting to get in there and make their own game, to be able to go in there and really see that these templates and see just how, perfectly these templates are suited for, just giving you the foundation to build up whatever you want to build, was great. There was the one that's being shown right now is the dungeon crawler, and it almost feels like a twin stick shooter in a little ways. You're using your right analog stick, using your left analog stick to move the character around, and the right analog stick to aim your crossbow, and then firing with R2, I believe. You got a sword you can swing. You're picking up treasure. You've got keys to find in order to open and lock doors. These are all the fundamentals, right, of dungeon crawlers. And so
right, this is what you're showing right here is the dungeon crawler template, not the actual dungeon crawler game that they made.
No, absolutely not. This is, and I'll tell you that this template they made, as simple as it is, was really fun. I was like, this is great. I want to see what people will do with this, and especially in VR. And I'm assuming now this is maybe going into territory that you're going to address in a minute anyway. But this is obviously a third-person, top-down, almost isometric view. How easy is it in Dreams to change the perspective of this dungeon crawler to like a first-person?
So typically, that's the thing here. If you're an experienced, Dreams creator, there is a way to do it. But for something, it kind of depends dream by dream. Typically, it's not that difficult to just go, like you open up the puppet, which is what usually the player-controlled character is called, is the puppet. Typically, it's pretty easy to open them up and change the camera. Do you remember when I was streaming in the Discord, I was messing around with Twisted Metal cars, and there was a third-person camera view of Yellow Jacket in Twisted Metal, and all I did was just go into it and move the camera inside the car, and then I just cut open the front windshield, and then I suddenly had a first-person Twisted Metal car that was functional. So it differs. The thing about here is that Media Molecule has made some really advanced stuff with a lot of camera work and a lot of camera angles. So these might be a little bit more complex. That being said, there's still a lot of the tools and creation kit stuff. It's not just the game that you can remix. You can actually take the individual set pieces and things like that, and then build your own level out of it with your own VR puppet. And that is the one drawback here, is the stuff that they have done. I don't think Media Molecule's VR team is still around. I think they've disbanded. I know at least a couple have. And they left saying that they wanted to continue pursuing working in VR. Right. And so this team, thank God they did what they did, because I think what they've done, the even just a little bit that they did at launch, was a huge deal. But I can't help but think that we're going to maybe see them get a new team once the next generation headset arrives. And boy, oh boy, once they start making templates for that, oh man, it is like game over. But this is workable. This is very, very doable. What's there right now?
Yeah, I think like just like every other VR dev in the world, like they're focusing on what's what's big and what's selling and what's important. And I think that if you're a first party studio like Media Molecule and you are in the know about PSVR 2, like other first party studios would be, then that is where your focus will be, PSVR 2, and how is that going to impact Dreams, and how is Dreams going to impact PSVR 2. So that is absolutely where I see the next big VR implementation coming from. But dude, we've really only talked about the dungeon crawler template. You can see right here that there's a pretty slick third-person platformer template going on here with bouncy springs and collectibles, coins, all the normal traps you'd expect to see in a third-person platformer, and it feels pretty good. Like obviously you can alter these physics if it doesn't feel floaty enough, or if you want it to be floatier. It's all under your control in Dreams. But to be able to start off with this and say, look, it just works. And now you design your own character and animate your own character. You create your own background. You create your own whatever. But like the fundamentals are the hard part. The logic in Dreams, from everything I know about Dreams, which is very little, but I do talk to a lot of creators and is that the logic is the hardest part. And so unless you're taking logic from another creator, if you're going in from scratch, it's fucking difficult. It's just to make something like this work properly. And they say, here, it just works properly from the get-go. Now you go do your creative thing and don't worry about the crazy shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, that is one. I messed around with the mini golf kit today, and what they have is they have these. It's kind of like a tutorial, but you play it at the same time. Like you play around a mini golf, but then like a space will be missing and the ball will fall down and it'll say, oh, this piece is missing. Let's make sure we add a piece right here so that you can, get to the hole at the end of the level. And it kind of walks you through step by step and does that. Right now, excuse me, they have The Ancient Dangers, A Bat's Tale, a 2D shoot 'em up, 2D platformer, dungeon crawler, mini golf, and Dreamiverse Dash. And those are the 6 full templates that they are launching this with. But that's not even those are excellent. I want Media Molecule to continue making these awesome dreams and then making them remixable.
You're about to say something bigger than this. You're about to be like, but I'm more excited about this. But before you say that, the one template I didn't play was the Dash one. What is Dash all about?
Dreamiverse Dash is just a it's just a third person racing platformer thing. Oh. It's the original template that they had for the it's the original template they had for Dreams. So it's all right. It's very, very simple. It's very basic. Okay. But it was they basically took all of their popular games that people liked, and they probably checked the numbers and then just added them here so that you could work with them. Yeah. But the thing that I was going to say, Brian, is that they also they've revamped the UI for this, so it's a little bit easier to navigate and things. However, they've added not only the Media Molecule collection kits, they are adding user created kits as well. And I've been seeing people, a couple friends like Jovanicon, who's been making like a Boneworks physics style full body VR, like full body IK thing, puppet that you can use, and it is really, really good. We've seen some previous creators like Goffreyman, who made some really like impressive things.
He's like
I've
one of my
seen
favorites.
him.
He's amazing.
I've been seeing him posting on Twitter his updates to like he's been doing all these templates, and I've been wondering what all these templates are coming from. And I guess I'm hoping that these are in preparation for this and that they get added to this collection. So it's going to make it a lot easier so take the mini golf, for example. If somebody has a mini golf VR puppet that uses the Move controllers, as soon as somebody makes that, and has like the basics down, then you just get to do the fun part of just building the golf course however you want. You could build a scary golf course, a jungle golf course, different themed golf courses and stuff. So that's actually what I was working on earlier. I was tinkering with can I make a golf course with the moves and I'm still learning though. I haven't made anything yet, but I was going to tinker.
Walk about mini golf. We're coming for you.
Yeah, man. So it's just really, really cool. I think it's a huge step forward in the right direction for making the goal here, as they've said, is to make the creation tools more accessible to people. And as VR players, since Dreams is VR enabled, we're going to benefit from it greatly.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. Like you could look at YouTube and go, oh, YouTube is the greatest, streaming platform in the world, right? But if you're only seeing like one thing you want to watch on YouTube every week, then it's not, right? And so I totally get it. People who are out there and they're not interested in creating things, they just want to play what other people have made. Then I can see the frustration in Dreams. At certain points it dipped to a point where it was like there's nothing new, and there wasn't anything new for a month or two, and now it's here we go again. It's like people have been working on their projects for such a long time. We're starting to see the bigger ones. You've been really good about showcasing games like Digital Chaos RPG and Jungle Bill 2, what's the
amazing?
What's the one I keep calling Submerged, but it's not called Submerged.
Pressure.
That's what it's called. Like, yeah. So you've been really good at finding these.
Arena. Man, these are incredible games.
But getting these tools into people's hands who just don't have the time to figure out every single last bit of Dreams is going to be one of the things that really propels Dreams forward in the future. And that's not just for PSVR 1, it's for PSVR 2. And they said they have a 10-year plan with Dreams, and these are the kind of things they need to focus on if they want this to last for 10 years, because it kind of stumbled out of the gate a little bit. It didn't have the adoption that we really thought it should. Because we were like, oh, you could fucking make games on PlayStation 4? That's amazing. Wait a minute, you can make Dreams in VR? That's amazing. And everyone's like, yeah, whatever. It's like, what? how can you not care about that? It's amazing.
It is a lot of work, and that's the thing. That's what I was saying is there was no, it came with something called Art's Dream, but that was like, that wasn't. That didn't really warrant a purchase of Dreams to play Art's Dream. That was just kind of a quick showcase of something by Media Molecule, and there are full length content, and that includes VR as well. I mean, some of the games and showcases and set pieces and stuff people are making are like absolutely mind blowing. I've spent hundreds of hours playing Dreams. Even just a couple Dreams by themselves, I've spent like tens of hours this is a big step in the right direction, like I said, because when that was a product of them launching and saying, okay, we give in the community all the tools they need and just kind of go figure it out. And so it's taken some time, but it's actually getting there, and now they're helping that process as well.
Yeah. Dreams is evolving. We're seeing it evolve. They're figuring out what they need to do. Creators are figuring out how to do things more efficiently, and man, it's really fun to kind of like watch this thing progress. I saw Twitcher, the single player GameCat, in the chat says, "Made in Dreams podcast with Jeremy again, please." Dude, get on Jeremy about that. I'm ready and willing as soon as he's ready and willing. But Jeremy's a busy motherfucker. We also got Mad Max, the Metaverse GameCat VR, in the chat with the $5 tip, says, "Heard you tried to give someone my name, LOL. I am the Mad GameCat pardon me, Tornado. I am the Mad Gamecat Gamer. Witness! Love you guys. The Mad Gamer is my son. I wonder if he means that metaphorically or mad... or.
What up, Mad Max?
What up, dude? Also, we have the fastest Scotsman alive with the 9 quid in the chat. It says, the people have spoken. We want AJ to wear a Santa hat for the holiday season. Hashtag SlayJ.
I obey the people's demands. It will
SlayJ.
happen. Slay J. Nice. I like it.
SlayJ. And with that, it is time. We move on, SlayJ, to the best part of every single show, which is PSVR 20 questions. We put 6 minutes up on the clock. You ignore those sirens, please. Those are on my end.
I heard the sirens this time.
Yeah, usually if I'm talking, it overrides the Discord noise cancellation. 6 minutes up on the clock. AJ, you're thinking of a game. That means I have 20 questions in 6 minutes, yes or no questions, along with the chat. Please, chat, you got to help me out big time here because I would almost always fail this without you.
This one shouldn't be that hard. We need a win here. We need a win, Brian. I'm rooting for you. I'm not going to give it away, but it shouldn't be that hard.
Astrobot. Sweet. Got it. First try. All right, here we go. Guys, please, please, please help me out in the chat. I'm going to put the 6-minute timer up from Timertopia. Make sure you check out Timertopia. They have cool timers on YouTube. That's not a paid promotion. They're just really nice and let me use the timer. Go. Does it have move support?
It does not have move support.
Oh, that's a good question right there. Does it have aim support?
It does not have aim support.
All right, so we're thinking DualShock 4 only, unless it's just an experience. Okay, DualShock 4 only. Is it more of an experience than a game?
No, it's a game.
Okay. Game. I don't think I had to write that down. Is it a puzzle game, or does it have a lot of puzzles in it?
No, it's not a puzzle game.
All right. We tried, Ian. We tried. Not puzzles. Does it have full locomotion?
It does have full locomotion.
Okay. I'm taking lots of notes here. Taking lots of notes. We're going to need this. Serial killer. Good question. Actually, there's not a lot of sequels on PSVR. So I'm going to take that to the IP. Is it based on a popular or unpopular IP?
It is. I think it is based on a. It is. It is based on a kind of popular IP. I wouldn't say really popular IP, but it is based on. It is a known IP, I believe. Yes, it is definitely a known IP.
Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. That really limits what we're talking about here. Does this have a flat screen version?
This game specifically does not have a flat screen version.
Okay, so that means it's probably in a series of games that do have flat screen games in the series.
5, 6, 7, 8. You're on question 9.
Okay. Brax Bros, Tarzan VR again. That's great. It was like the first thing I thought of, honestly. All right, so guys, think of games that are based on an IP. That probably is it. Psychonauts doesn't have full locomotion, so it's not that. Think of IPs that have flat screen games in their series. Ooh.
I wouldn't get hung up on that. I would just keep going. I would get back to the basics of.
Is it third person?
It is not third person.
There goes Gungroove. Okay, has it ever been in our top 25 or top 10 list? Been one of the well-regarded?
It has been on the top 25 before.
Okay.
And that was question number 10. Sorry, not the last one. It has been on the top 25.
Top 25. Okay, guys, not Trover, not Cyberpilot. Think here real quick. DualShock.
Come on, man.
Right.
I believe in you.
Did we talk about this game during today's show?
I stopped myself from mentioning it because I didn't want to give any hints. I almost said it.
So we didn't talk about it during today's show. Okay, well There goes the Persistence. There goes Minecraft. There goes Hitman. Okay. Yeah, I like the vehicles question. A few people are asking about vehicles. Trover's third person, guys. Can't be Trover. Do you control any vehicles at all in this game?
You do control vehicles in this game.
Okay, guys, vehicles. Okay, let's go through what we have here. DualShock 4 only, as far as we know. Not really a puzzle game. It's got full locomotion. It's based on some kind of popular IP that may have had flat screen games. We're not totally sure. It's first person. It's been in our top 25 list before. There's you control vehicles in it. Does this game work on PlayStation 5 properly?
This game does not work properly on PlayStation 5.
Okay, I think Braxboro's got this down then. Is this it was a co-op game? Can you play this game co-op?
You can play this game co-op.
Okay, is this based on an old vector-based arcade game? From
Yes.
the 80s.
Yes, it is. Which is why I said it was kind of a popular IP.
Yeah,
Pretty popular.
Is this Rebellion's Battlezone?
This is Rebellion's Battlezone. We finally got a win, you guys. It's a Christmas miracle. Hallelujah. The Funkadelic Gamecat was the first one that I saw.
Nice. I'm glad you keep
said
track.
it. But I saw tons of people saying it. I saw Brax. I saw a bunch of people. So nice, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Feels good. Feels good, man.
Definitely needed a win. Yeah, it does feel good. And also great game. And hopefully this will have a PSVR 2 patch.
I played it last night.
Yeah.
And it was like semi-functional. Like it wasn't broken.
Yeah.
Like it's messed up. It's definitely messed up. But I played it last night and I was like, God, like I really wish this game worked, because man, did we have some good times playing this game. I really wish it was I really wish they got it to work, or I hope it gets remastered or something, because it is such a good game.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Great launch game. And they actually added quite a bit to this game over time. So that was really cool. Does the Gamecat Drive Club? Obviously, that was the one.
I remember like last year, or no, not last year. Earlier in 2020, I remember jumping in and going into multiplayer, and like 4 people joined me, and I was like, or 3 people joined me, and
Nice.
I was like, what the hell?
That's great.
And there was like people that had been playing it since launch that were like still jumping in multiplayer all the time. It was crazy.
Crazy. All right, you guys. Well, listen. Don't forget to come right back here tomorrow. Morning for most of you. It's going to be noontime Eastern, where we're going to co-stream the Upload VR showcase. Again, expect a lot of Quest games, but we'll be patiently reading between the lines. We'll be guessing what games could potentially be PSVR 2 games, and of course, there's going to be a few PSVR 1 announcements as well. So that's really exciting. We'll start the show just a little bit early over here, so we can get some predictions out of the way and make sure you all have a chance to get into the chat before the actual show starts. So make sure you come back tomorrow for that. Thank you everybody who makes this channel work. AJ, obviously, first and foremost, subscribe to him over at PSVR Underground. Make sure you give a shout out to, if you ever see Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry hanging around, make sure you give him a shout out. All of the mods, countless mods. There's countless. I have no idea how many there are. There's countless, right? All of them that keep this channel running smoothly, and over on our Discord. Make sure you join our Discord. That link is in the description below. Guys, let's get out of here. Thank you, everybody who donated during the show. Thank you to everybody who supports us on patreon.com/withoutparolegames. Thank you to everybody who participated in the chat today. And thank you to everybody who sat back and watched the show and didn't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there. The numbers don't lie. And we love you so very much. Can we ask Alberto Mapam El Game Gato whether we can cue the cat? I think
You're the cat, Brian, because I want to say see you tomorrow, actually, to Bob Zarkoff, the Underground Gamecat Elite Name Squad in the house. Justin, Cassidy, Stevie Dan, the Solo Gamecat, bye. Cerebral Frost, to the top rules. And let me see some more Sugar Gliders. Go to the Discord and see Dan's Sugar Gliders. They're amazing. Nihilist Brian, the Game Feline, consistent perfection is what he says. Gabriel 004, the licensing out Gamecat. You have a good one, sir. Mark Pringles Leaf, what is up, homie? AP, hello, Metacat. David, the Game Cat runs. Peace out, homie. Keep up the speed runs. And Devil One Ninja Cat in the house. Guys on fist bump to you. Old Darth says, smash the like button, Tarzan. Smash the like button, Tarzan.
It's not funny anymore. It was never funny to begin with. Stop it.
How do you think I feel?
I know.
Tom Flesh Eater Gaming, much love to you as well. Hails Analyst. Let's see, Lethal Weasel, laters, dude. Alberto, my palm, the game gato. I feel like I haven't said that in forever. It feels good, man. It's good, feels liberating.
He was behind. His stream was lagging, so he wasn't there to cue the cat on time.
Secrets of. Cheers to you, my friend. Time to play with Game Cats. Great stream. Time to play Final Assault. Final Assault is awesome. RTS games are great, and if you like that, all this Dreams talk, go play Planetary Defense Commander as well in Dreams. Darth Vader, the Game Cat, Ian Stanbridge, Mad Max, the Metaverse Game Cat VR, the fastest Scotsman alive, the Fenner PSVR, Jesse J, the Tarot Mage Game Cat, Joe Kelly. Guys, VR Realities, the Game Cat, that's a new one. Launch year is near, he says. I like your style.
Hell yeah.
And I agree. Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat Elite Name Squad, also in the house. Twitcher, the Single Player Game Cat. Guys, Dan Kiefer, guys have a wonderful day.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. This thumbnail. I can't get enough of it. It's too fucking funny. Oh, man. I really wish we used this for the real thumbnail.